In my opinion, it was insanely overblown.
Okay. Yeah, the kids getting raped by horses completely overblown. It's what?
The drawing is of like.
It's what?
Like it's a porn category, like size difference, right?
Guess what the other category was? It was fucking loli. It was tagged as loli.
They do look kind of young, right?
Oh, they look kind of, God, these people fucking suck. These people actually are fucking miserable, fucking worthless scum. Silly streamer Vaush, he's just into horses. He's just into bestiality. That's all that he's into, guys. Silly streamer. He's not into fucking kids. Guys, he wants to be the horse. Actually, no. He doesn't want to fuck the horse. He just wants to be the horse. And I understand the picture was of a horse fucking a kid, but just don't think about that. Just don't think about that.
Yeah, but that's the question: does he have that attraction?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Way back. This isn't even the first fucking time. You're fucking retarded as fuck. Nobody, dude. No, this is a lie. This is such a lie.
I mean, I'm not trying to victim blame here, but you can't just go by what Glooby says, right?
Oh yeah, no, don't just take his word for it. Look at the screenshots that were provided in the fucking video.
Because again, Glooby was drawing things that were sexually explicit as well.
Oh, victim blaming. Let's go. Yes, we're leftists. We are leftists, dude. This is what it means to be a leftist. It means to fucking victim blame the child. Oh my God, the Epstein Defense Force is here to defend Demon Mama. Let's go.
So, under the conditions, I'm just going to reiterate the first one, under the conditions in which Demon Mama knows about the interactions between Fawn and Glooby, knows Glooby's age, knows of these, allows them to continue, etc., harm. You would, as far as you are concerned personally, you would take her off for that.
If it's, if it's the purest situation?
If it's
the situation that he just gave, are you fucking listening?
As I described.
And presuming again, like that they're...
Oh my God, this person is such a fucking rodent. They're such a little worm. Oh my God.
They're really...
Answer the fucking question. Why are we being... No, oh my God, this person has actually pivoted. Oh my God. They took this question that literally godlike question to ask for someone in White Nervosa's position. And this fucking piece of shit literally takes it and pivots it to be like, well, do we really know exactly how old they are? And now we're talking about something that doesn't fucking matter because Glooby was a fucking kid. Why the fuck does it matter? Dude, did you see that? Did you just see that? There was a perfect setup to be like, okay, yeah, this is Demon Mama needs to address this. But instead of doing that, whoop, oh, topic change. Whoop, switch it up. Topic change. Let's talk about Tyler now. Like, no. Hold on. I'm doing the calamity mod. If anybody's wondering. All right, let's see what this is about.
What do I call you? Just White Nervosa?
Oh my God. He's straight up. Oh my God, this is actually huge. Wait, what? That's crazy.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay. I was a little bit surprised to see you in my chat the other night. I am a little bit curious. What tipped you off to all this stuff going on, and why'd you take an interest?
What?
So I try my best. I promise, I really do, to stay out of the drama, whatnot.
Do you? Do you try to stay out of the drama? Seems like you're more involved than you want people to believe that you are.
Depending on the night,
we're roasting Vaush. I don't know. They might be sweeping for Vaush. Who knows?
If I've had a few too many, I'm still working on that. You know, I'm in some group chats, and they'll post a link, and I forget the context of how. I think it was just you covering it.
They got mad.
So yeah, I thought I'd pop in. Yeah.
Okay, just to get the conspiracy stuff out of the way. So apparently Mythaldu was in Xander Hall's chat encouraging people to ignore this thing roughly. That's what's been given to me. I understand that, like,
ignore what?
Are you employed by Vaush, or are you paid by Vaush, or are you separate from him?
Vaush It pays us.
SP, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why it was like, oh, okay, there's a bunch of Vaush employees in all of these chats around this.
Well, I think there should be an asterisk there. The only people who are directly paid, like, see, Mythaldi is a member of White Forest, right? But receives zero
Who's Mythaldi? What?
payment from White Forest. They don't do any labor for it.
Okay.
So the only people who are directly paid are my wife, Lumi, myself, and then Athena.
That's fair.
Oh, I recognize, dude. Lumi used to be like a fucking Keffels person.
And Mythaldu, does he also work for Vaush? Mythaldu's a he, right? Forgive me.
She, they.
My apologies. She, they.
Oh, no, you're perfectly fine.
It's yeah. I do the same thing with Tiana, because Tiana's like, it's like a name that kind of sounds like, you know what I mean? It's like, I was calling Tiana like a she for years, thinking Tiana was a trans woman.
No, they get that a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good to know. So Mythaldu doesn't work for Vaush directly at all, just for White Forest, and doesn't get paid by White Forest. So Mythaldu's kind of acting by
100%. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, good to know. All right, cool. I'm gonna get the spicy stuff out of the way first, just because it bores me, but I am kind of interested since I have you.
Sure.
We'll get this one out of the way because it has almost no bearing on any of this. The Poppy cover-up.
Oh gosh.
You walked into
Any
it.
comments you want to make about that? I'll read out specifically the screenshot I'm looking at here. Okay, it's the one you know about, but
yeah. Okay. So I guess
if I just read this out quickly and then you can like just comment.
Sure, absolutely, 100%.
So this is 5 years ago, I think. You say, we can do a trick redo here. We can replace all Vaush's nameplates in the logs to be Irish laddie. So per se, this does end up being a YouTube video, then it'll be titled as such, and Vaush can further distance himself from it.
Yeah.
Ooh, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
dirty.
It's
Dirty
it's
sons
just
of
super
bitches.
weird to say that at any point in time I actually actively tried to cover it up, right? So
was that the moment she knew she fucked up? Yeah.
Again, it's a bad screenshot, but that's why it's in perpetuity.
It's bad because it's damning.
It's going to be there forever.
Yeah.
But the context is this is a public Discord, firstly, right? This isn't like you can see white names in the chat. This isn't the mod channel on his Discord.
Well,
the second thing
we never claimed you were smart.
is, and Tyler knows this. He has to know it because in his
Tyler's
video, if the
involved?
question came from
to be
Tyler.
clear, I actually haven't heard this one from Tyler. This is one I've
Okay, gotcha.
for a little while, yeah. So I'm
Gotcha,
gonna press you on this one a tiny bit after you respond, just for me. But,
sure.
This one's not Tyler. The other stuff is Tyler, but this one's.
Well, gotcha. Because the screenshot, in his video. So that's what would have irked me because he would have had to have seen it. The only way anybody has access to those logs, was because we host them. So, like from the start, like the White Forest being the we here. So it's always been on our servers, and you know that even going from any archive, because you'll see at the top it'll be our link, right?
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, being 100% with you, I was joking, but nobody is ever going to believe that from me. Well, okay, because if you look at the timestamps, there's a minute between me saying the idea that, hey, what if we just change your name again, bud?
Yes.
And then me saying, I thought it was a good idea, or a good thought, I think is in the screenshot. So
a good thunk.
Yeah, a good idea. Yeah. So
But the mere fact that they're like kind of joking about it, being tongue in cheek about it, sort of like, oh, what if we changed your name? What if we muddied the details a little bit? Huh? What if we did that? Just kidding, joking, haha. The fact you're doing that about your beloved streamer sexually harassing a woman online, and then further like basically going online and saying she doesn't deserve an apology. Fuck her. She doesn't deserve shit. Like kind of bizarre for a leftist to defend a sexual harasser when he literally sat there and said that he doesn't care to apologize to her necessarily. I think he technically apologized to her, but but she's not worth moral consideration. So it's like, okay, what an apology, dude.
Vaush never responds, right? And the idea is already. It was a joke.
Not a right. So if I'm reading you correctly, the point you're making is that this is not advising Vaush, this is thinking aloud, tongue in cheek in a public group. Am I
about
I
sexual harassment?
you know, for the longest time I tried defending it, but it's 100% a joke, fam. Because like within a minute, I like, for one, it's a stupid idea. But for two, within a minute, I nixed the idea. Vaush never responds to my message, right? Or else they would have included that. Because again, it's a public space.
Perhaps, but I suppose
Why are there
for
no
myself,
mods?
like
Wait,
it
what
doesn't
the fuck?
strike me immediately as a stupid idea. It actually strikes me as a pretty smart one. You do a total rebrand so that when people are referring to a scandal with screenshots involving a persona under one name, well, you're under another name, so nobody who's not familiar with this already makes the connection, and it like vastly dulls the blow of that, you know?
I mean, yeah, I guess like that. Like if you're looking at it from your perspective, I don't disagree with you, but you have to consider the context of the time. So at that time, my audience, because I live streamed then, was bigger than Vaush's, right? So
This is the interview with White
Really, I didn't know that.
Nervosa.
That's weird.
This video that we're watching right now is like kind of huge. This is an interview between President Sunday and White Nervosa. White Nervosa is the person that runs Vaush's website, and everyone, and basically hosts like everyone else's like website. Alec Gunter, Keffels at one point, Xander Hall at one point, dozens of other lefty streamers that are all like corrupt fucking pieces of shit.
yeah, so his server was super tiny, and it just changing your username is not going to do much because again, people know he's Irish society.
That is a good thing to point out. Actually, at the time, like Vaush is not this big, massive platform that people are invested in monetarily. At this point, he's still just swimming around in Destiny's circle.
Exactly.
So
yeah, he's still on Twitch.
I'm pretty sure they go by she they or whatever the fuck. But I don't know yet. I don't know why White Nervosa is here. I think White Nervosa is here because of Tyler. Because Tyler was pointing shit at White Nervosa, so I guess she thought the better alternative would just go to President Sunday to clear things up. I don't know. I don't know.
that makes more sense. Okay.
Sunday is really fucking bad. Whoever Sunday's editor is needs to like get better at like, you know, adding the context as to like what the fuck is going on. Cause like I don't know how this conversation started. I'm not in the fucking lore. Like a little recap, a little thing at the start, basically giving context as to why this conversation is happening would be like very useful.
Okay. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of other screenshots that are there, so I'm gonna take your word for it. Recognizing like bluntly, not to like catch this person. I don't.
Oh no, sure, exactly. I mean, if you want to fact check that, you can just do, you know, like Wayback Machine on the URLs.
I'm not even worried so much about fact checking that. I have the screenshot before me right now. I'm just noting that so that if like,
gotcha, yeah.
for whatever reason this conversation is seen by somebody else, I'm not carrying water for you. I'm just going off of the little that I do know. That being said, given what I do know and given what you've told me, this is actually a pretty
they're all fucking
explanation, and it makes a lot of sense in
scumbags,
context. So Vaush is
They all
not
are.
established at this point. You don't have a reason to be.
See, here's
protecting
the thing about these. Here's the thing about leftists. They're not principled whatsoever. Like at least online leftists. Here's the thing. They're not principled at all. They aren't. They will fucking stab each other in the back all fucking day if it means protecting their income. Like it is actually insane. It's like you're a streamer, get a job outside of streaming, like what I'm doing. You know, obviously I'm not relying on YouTube income or anything like that. I have a real life job that does all the heavy lifting for me, that pays the rent. Like
In this way, there's no financial entanglements of that kind.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we were friends at the time.
Vaush
but
is the
yeah.
best boss.
Sure. Yeah. There's interpersonal entanglement.
Vaush isn't the boss here. It's more so White Nervosa is kind of the boss because White Nervosa is what is holding everyone's streaming website things together. So I mean they're more or less kind of the boss. But still they're utterly beholden to Vaush because if they were to betray Vaush wholeheartedly, that might be bad for them, you know. I don't know,
But it's not like when you're talking about a rebrand, there isn't an expectation of this guy's going to take off at this point.
Xander Hall is an abusive psychopath towards Cherry Bread. Demon Mama is a pedophile who's dating another pedophile while grooming some 13-year-old minor. And Vaush is possesses lolicon and bestiality porn. Oh yeah, and he also like sexually assaulted his geckos. So and then everyone beneath them kind of sweeps for all of it. They're all like fucking cronies too. Running a sex cult too. Vaush did? I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know too much about that. It's kind of like horizontal hierarchy, I guess.
This isn't known. Okay. So I mean, like you can still, and I have to like confess, like I find your story plausible, but like
it's almost like I hate to bring this up because I literally just learned about it yesterday because of fucking school, but it's like it's almost like feudalism, right? You have like the lords and the fucking you basically have the lords of the land and the people to do the bidding. So like Vaush is like the lord, but like everyone is sort of like dependent on each other to keep everything like cohesive and shit, right?
I'm looking
like even the peasants are somewhat like are dependable. Like they're not totally discardable.
at this objectively.
Something like that.
I don't know if I find that the
school now, which sucks.
The most plausible explanation of the screenshot I'm seeing, but it also doesn't matter. I lack context. I wasn't present for this. And what you're saying makes sense. Like it's enough that
I don't know why President Sunday is so fucking cool with food shops. I have no fucking idea, dude. Food shops is genuinely a disgusting freak, and their fucking entire online presence should have died the minute they admitted that they were into fucking loli. But go fucking figure, for some godforsaken reason, leftists I understand a lot of people when I made comments like that in the past when I was getting like a lot of viewers on my tipster and Keffel's videos and stuff like that. I got some comments from people, especially I remember Femyaz was like, "Hey, not all leftists." I'm like, what do you mean not all leftists? Your knee-jerk response to Vaush's lolicon folder was to defend him. Like, no, this is a serious fucking problem with the online space, the online community, is that you guys have a knee-jerk reaction to want to defend disgusting fucking shit instead of like condemning it. Like, I don't understand why.
I can go like, okay, I'm gonna hold this.
And I mean, like, that's why I just defend the screenshot, because I mean, nobody's gonna
exploitive. Well, yeah. Like Vaush is Vaush is the lord that is exploiting everybody. But generally, feudalism didn't work for a variety of reasons. Because the lords eventually became like power hungry and shit like that. The kings and the lords became like power hungry, and the power became centralized. But but with Vaush, Vaush is 1000% exploiting everybody in that whole circle. Like Vaush is wholly dependent on his entire community and the streamers below him to keeping him afloat, because his entire community, the entirety of White Forest, tanked his entire loli drama. They tanked that entire thing. Keffels, do I even need to elaborate how abhorrent she is? Oh yeah, she is. I mean, it's a shit system to begin with. Well, yeah, it is, but that's why it's kind of falling apart right now. Like White Nervosa is coming out and basically speaking out against whatever. I don't know exactly what yet, but they're already like dropping they're already okay with being confronted. They're okay with being confronted after the sweeping for Vaush during the Poppy shit. So I'm assuming we're gonna get to the loli drama soon. You're the only person I support. I'm not even a leftist, honestly. I'm not even. I've renowned that. I've renowned that title. Okay, I was mistaken calling myself a leftist. I had no idea. I thought leftist just meant like, oh, you were like a progressive, a general progressive person. That's not a leftist. A leftist is like you're like a full on like socialist, like fucking borderline communist or like anarchist. Like no, I don't follow any of that shit, dude. I'm still a capitalist.
Because I mean, you can say anything's a joke, right? I just think it's.
Oh, please, finish that sentence and then I'll.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, like in any, I feel like in any other context, if like I say no to my own idea within a minute, especially like given like the gravity of the accusations and the way I'm expressing it, right? I'm just trying to console somebody who thought, like he wasn't like a dead streamer, right? He still had like 100, 200 viewers.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to, get him to the point where he didn't think his career was over. But yeah.
Right. Okay.
It kind of should have been though. Like the Poppy drama was insane. Like Vaush, like basically sexually harassed this girl, so bad to the point where he got banned from Destiny's community because of it. And his response afterwards was to literally blame her for everything.
Look at
Like,
this shit.
are you fucking kidding me? Like that should have, you as a leftist, that should have been Hiroshima and Nagasaki on your entire fucking career. Yet it did nothing because it got swept for not only by White Nervosa but also by Destiny too. Don't forget that Destiny swept for Vaush during that fucking drama.
And so
And there's a little dark humor in that. And the same thing happened with
Dark humor at the expense of someone who got sexually harassed. Like, Jesus Christ, man. It's still not clicking in this person's head.
Throughout the years, but yeah.
okay.
Still left leaning. Yeah, still left leaning, basically.
And what I was going to ask you was, so you say you defended it initially for the first couple of years?
Oh, they don't defend it?
Actions? No.
Defended your statements here.
Yes.
You're saying now it's a joke, but you're saying before this you were defending it, I'm presuming, as a serious statement, or?
Yeah, basically, it's just people would post a screenshot, and I would just defend like the screenshot saying like it was an unserious suggestion, not necessarily that it was a joke per se. If that makes sense, I guess.
I see what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so then the difference being is that one is like you're being mildly humorous, but you're saying something that could like realistically be used.
Basically, yeah.
In the other case, no, don't do this. This is a parody of a suggestion.
Well, yeah. To my best recollection, I never. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a dumb idea.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm satisfied on that. Rose Wrist. What
Yeah, true.
happened?
Rose Wrist. Why does that name sound familiar?
Okay, so from our point of view or from his? I guess just okay. What in reality? What
just from
happened?
yours? Well, like from his, and here I'm gonna lay my cards on the table a little bit. I don't trust Rose Wrist as a honest account of this either. I'm very skeptical of everybody involved in all of this.
I mean, as far as I've seen, I should say, and to my recollection, I don't think Rose Wrist ever lied. So basically, the issue wasn't, and again, this is why I worded it improperly in your chat, because I did, because at the time there wasn't, White Force didn't vote to take down sites, right? So I could just unilaterally do that. So the document.
What the fuck? Wait, they could just do that? Dude, are these people even leftists? There was no democracy. There was no voting thing. Like White Nervosa could have just decided at any point, at least in the past, that they could just be like, "Oh, you're gone. We're not supporting you anymore. Actually, fuck you. We're not supporting your shit anymore." Like, really?
Okay, pardon. This is sort of
they still kind of can already do that.
Where Rose was. I actually don't know if Rose was lied about this. I think this was Destiny who said this, but the document dropped on Keffel's. But in that manifesto, or whatever you want to call it, is the denial of the suicide of Near.
What are the conditions of a White Force page being taken down if it's in active use?
Lighted gel.
If it's in active use, the person has to, whoever site it is, has to choose, plan, or agree to stop using it. They have to break United States federal law or their local state law.
And that's it.
That's it.
So, for example, if they
why the fuck
they suddenly went on like the warpath against Vaush,
pardon. You. Well, I mean, if they go against Vaush, that's 100% in their wheelhouse. Xander Hall, he's going at Vaush right now, to my knowledge.
He's going at Vaush hard.
Yeah, and his site's totally safe, but
is it? It's no longer on the White Force. It's no longer on the White Force front page. Is it? Is it still up? I have no idea. I mean, if it went down, I think Zan would fucking bitch about it. But wait, this shit reminds me of the old ass game. If you ever played Intrusion, nope.
I know not to get ahead of things.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
But yeah, there's one other condition that I'm trying to find it in our SOP, but basically it's just if it's kind of a catch-all, but yeah, the majority of the members of White Force have to agree that the creator's representation threatens or does active harm.
So, like, you mean Zan? Because didn't Zan literally do that? Kind of makes it doubly weird that he's still on White Force, actually, if you think about it.
Okay, now is that condition, if I may very quickly, is that condition sufficient in and of itself to cut a White Forest account, or does it have to, one of the other ones have to be met as well? By which I mean, is it the case that if they break, let's say, local or federal law, and they are of course voted off by White Forest, then of course they'll be removed. But what if they don't break anything else but White Forest's membership or leadership?
So this is put in there sort of like I'm sure you've heard like that every terms of service says basically like we can just kill your account for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what this clause is, right?
Okay.
Because I mean it's virtually a contract, especially like what's like the intent is for things to start, you know, for money when once money's being exchanged, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the event of a and just to be clear, so Xander Hall, Rose Rest, etc., they were paying White Forest for his service.
No. We have not started payment for sites yet.
Interesting. Okay, so it's a contract, but it's not a contract between. There's no.
Yeah, that's why it's just a standard operating procedure. It's
right. Gotcha. Okay.
It's because all money donated goes directly towards their PayPal.
Okay, so it is the case then. It is accurate to say that if the members of White Forest, who are who, by the way, if I may ask?
Right now it's Eni, Thana, Lumi, Mythaldu, and those are the active voters right now.
Okay, and yourself as well, or are you?
Well, remove one letter from that.
So on a vote of 5 members, by itself, if you vote to remove somebody from White Forest, they will be removed.
Well, again, like it says specifically,
they can be removed, I should say.
Well, yeah. I mean, hypothetically, but yeah, like it's specifically worded that that their representation threatens to or does harm. And again, like this has never been exercised.
Threaten to or does harm. So like literally Xander Hall. So like literally Xander Hall, like, and everyone knew that he was doing that. Like, but he's still on? What the fuck is happening?
Have in mind when you think like threatens to or does harm?
So another creator brought this up that technically that would be violated because Xander Hall watched the Tyler video, which does dox Demon Mama.
Right.
And I contested that it didn't. And then they cited to me Washington law, which apparently doxing may be illegal. But regardless, I'm not a lawyer. So it was no to both of those. Mm-hmm. So it's basically just a clause to save us in the event where we do believe your site is breaking a law, but it's not actually. Because the long-term plan is that there will be money exchanged. We will take money from hosting sites. And at that point, we do need a, written TOS.
I do just want to say, just for the sake of our interaction here.
Wait, they don't have an wait, did they just say they don't have a TOS? Hold on. What? Where's my fucking YouTube? Okay, here it is. What?
Fully money exchanged. We will take money from hosting sites. And at that point, we do need a, written TOS.
I do just want to say, just for the sake of our interaction here, I know Tyler's really sus of that dynamic. I am not. For me, it makes sense for people to want to retain control, especially when you're talking about like a media project that's highly politically charged. You'd want to be able to retain some level of autonomy about who you're doing business with or who you're providing a service to, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't personally have an issue, especially given that according to you, it's a free service. I don't have an issue with you declining that service to someone if you deem what they're doing to be harmful. It's no different as far as I'm concerned from when I remove someone from my Discord server because I don't like what they're talking about or how they're talking about it, even if it's in the realm of the law. So I don't have an issue with that. Of course, the reason why I'm asking is still sort of related to that sort of conspiratorial thinking, which is regardless of whether or not anyone has a right to a White Forest page or to like its maintenance or whatever, to your service in general. This is sort of consistent with the Rose Wrist thing, or sort of it sort of falls into that whole issue where it's like there appears to be set up a de facto disciplinary measure wherein if you do something these particular creators don't like, all of whom appear, with the exception of Mythaldu, I think, to have a monetary connection with Vaush specifically, you can lose something that you may have grown dependent on for your income.
Possibly. You have to remember, Rose Wrist was not.
Honestly, if that's the case, I don't fucking feel bad for you because being a career streamer, when some of these people are barely cracking 100 viewers, like I don't feel bad if you get fucked in the ass because you're putting all your eggs in one. You're putting all your eggs in a basket full of backstabbing like eggs, like like. And if you got like, and you're like, what the fuck? I can't pay for my shit anymore. Well, sounds like someone should have gotten a fucking job.
Ejected for the threatens to or does harm.
Right.
He was done for the 90 days.
For the 90 days, and the timing of it is coincidental because you knew that was that was a thing you could do.
But it was at least 90 days.
You acted on it. You acted on it out of spite, but you were within your rights to do so, and he was aware of this.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So I don't care about that. That is at worst to me rude. That's not really my problem. The point that interests me, and I say interests in a very a bunch of asterisks next to it. So I'm going to be real with you. Like I don't think there's much of a story here. But Tyler,
no, yeah, you're fine.
Why I'm asking, is that it appears like there are clear carrots and sticks that sort of orient around Vaush. And when you see
what the fuck?
people from this group suddenly taking an interest in things around a content creator going after different creators who are affiliated with White Forest or ones who are, I don't know what Xander Hall's actually said.
What?
Yeah, I don't personally know what he said. I can only point to like when the taxes thing happened, you know, Keffels certainly had some choice words and we said nothing. Like there was no words exchanged from us to Keffels. We didn't exchange words with anybody we hosted at that time, right?
Okay.
We hosted
Keffels' White Forest page is still online?
Yes, at this time.
Why? What? Why?
As far as I know, she retired, but she requested that.
Okay, but who cares? It was up well beyond the point of her being exposed for literally lying and using her platform to manipulate and abuse people. Like what?
Stay up. But Shu went ahead as another person who actively fought with Vaush.
Where? When? What? When the fuck did that happen?
That's actually a great example.
So yeah, I would just point to our prior, creators that didn't have any, direction.
Dylan Burns and interpersonal as well. Dylan Burns, Demon Mama, Xander Hall, Demon Mama, Xander Hall, Keffels, Xander Hall, Shu, etc., etc. So it's
yeah, exactly, yeah. And Dylan Burns recently went on, Destiny's podcast, and yeah. So like because that's the entire goal. Of course, like there is, personal motivations, but the goal of it is to provide a platform to anybody who asks.
So on the subject of Xander,
the game?
Sure.
I think we touched on this a little bit before, but just to refresh my memory. So amidst the Xander Hall, Demon Mama, Cherry stuff.
Okay, there we go. What the fuck?
Correct me if I'm misremembering, but I believe it was.
Yeah, I knew this.
I don't know if it was you or Cherry, but someone interacted with him and told him like to rein something in or else. Like his White Forest page was held over him in some capacity. Am I?
Yeah. Yeah. So he was again like to the letter. I shouldn't have said it.
Wait, what?
Because again, like it wasn't put up to any. Because again, like this is way after a majority vote has to happen. Nobody else in White Forest would even like express. Like this is happening all in the DMs of Cherry and Zan and I, right?
Right.
So I shouldn't have said it 100%, but at the same time.
Wait, shouldn't have said what? Fuck, I wasn't listening.
it wasn't put up to any, because again, like this was way after a majority vote has to happen. Nobody else in White Forest even like express, like this is happening all in the DMs of Cherry and Zan and I, right?
Right.
So I shouldn't have said it 100%, but at the same time, I should say he was having a mental episode, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not a psychiatrist.
That seems to be the consensus. There's something going on in that.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, I mean, for lack of a better phrase, just snap him out of it. And I didn't know how to do that without.
Nah, Destiny is just not willing to lie to push a narrative, right? Like that's why a lot of leftists don't like Destiny, is because he's not willing to fucking lie to push a fucking narrative, right? He could be egotistical, he could be fucking arrogant, he could be fucking petty and shit like that. All that stuff is valid reasons to not like him, but like a lot of them started not liking Destiny because he wasn't willing to fucking lie.
Saying like, well, what if you just don't have an income anymore?
That's really
right?
where it kind of started.
Like if you're telling me you're just going to delete everything, then what's the extra step if your site's taken down
for lying?
Because again, like that call is recorded.
I don't want to press too hard. Would it be? I don't know if you have it to hand. Would it be possible to see a screenshot of that interaction?
No, because that was the call.
That was the call, right? Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So this was something that Xander Hall reported verbally. This is not.
Well, I recorded him, and myself. So yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm remembering this is like a text conversation.
Well, it's because so the order of events was that basically nobody knew anything had happened, right?
Yeah.
We had this blow up in private between the three of us, and things sort of went back to normal. Is sort of the wrong phrasing, but back to people put the hatchets down.
I saw it. Yeah,
so
I saw him.
I tweeted out. All right, I tweeted
not Chud's video, but I also saw Muda's video, and I saw a little bit of the Krista Nurk stream. That's why the Hassan bridge got burnt, because Destiny criticized Hassan's Kamala Harris video. Basically, yeah.
A clip of low in her box.
And it is crazy because in response to that happening, Hassan basically plotted behind Destiny's back to get him canceled for the whole N-word shit.
That my wife had sent me.
Jesus Christ.
Where he, basically said, what does the Balenciaga thing have to do with gay people? And then Xander Hall blocked me for that. And then I tweeted that he blocked.
Wait, what?
Of low in her box that my wife had sent me. And things sort of went back to normal, is sort of the wrong phrasing, but back to people put the hatchets down. So I tweeted out. All right, I tweeted out a clip of low in her box that my wife had sent me, where he, basically said, what does the Balenciaga thing have to do with gay people? And then Xander Hall blocked me for that. And then I tweeted that he blocked me and said based. And then his response to that was to say that I threatened to drop his site.
What?
And because of that,
that sounds like
Rose drama, I felt that I had to respond, and that's why I dropped the mental abuse thread.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be clear though, like what you're describing does sound to me like you threatened to drop his site. I think you're.
No, yeah, I did. I mean, that's
wait, what?
That's objectively what happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, because of the private calls. Oh, okay.
Okay.
No.
Like whether or not it was actually going to happen is not relevant materially, in my opinion. But yeah.
Fair enough. And the decision of White Forest in the light of Xander Hall covering Demon Mama's Docs
to leave
Tyler video.
No opinion. Nobody. I'd say indifferent. Yeah. Another creator had an issue with it, but nobody.
Is Shu even a streamer? I've never seen her stream ever.
In White Forest had an issue with it.
Interesting.
I mean, not that the docs wasn't an issue, but that him watching a video that has the doc. Like, man.
What are the conditions of membership of getting a White Forest page? Not asking for myself. I'm
basically.
With all due respect to present company, I don't want any connections at this time.
No, yeah, I mean it's totally fine. After the taxes folder, we had a couple of people that requested to be dropped.
Oh, but in private. They weren't gonna do it publicly.
But yeah, like pardon, what was the question?
What are the conditions of membership? So if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I want a White Forest page," you got.
She's a stream. It's active.
Basically, if there's no objections, if there's no objections to it, then you get a site.
Okay. What is White Forest's opinion? We're at the end here, so I'm gonna ask some of the wild ones. You can decline, but I am curious. Sure. What was White Forest's opinion, or your opinion?
I mean, just God, the fact that they still let Vaush and fucking Demon Mama, like Demon Mama literally groomed a kid and brought a kid into her circle where she was dating a pedophile and put that kid near that pedophile. Like that is crazy ass shit. And the fact that Demon Mama is just allowed to not answer for it at all, like, is insane. Because if I was White Nervosa, I would have been like, you need to make a public statement right now about what the fuck is this Glooby shit. And if you don't, we're gonna drop you. We need to know both sides of the situation, because this is like fucking important. You can't just keep punching the clock and postponing and crossing your fingers and hope to God a new drama cycle comes in and distracts people from the fact that you fucking helped to groom the fucking minor. Or you took part in grooming fucking a minor and shit, or potentially minors. That's insane.
Of the tax folders incident and its consequences for Western civilization.
I mean, it threatens Western civilization for sure. And I should also say I can only speak for myself, especially publicly, right?
Yeah.
This will be interesting.
In my opinion, it was insanely overblown.
Okay. Yeah, the kids getting raped by horses completely overblown.
H3, like, again, like, you can, there's clearly something wrong with it.
Oh, what?
Oh,
what? You mean a predilection towards children? A predilection, a sexual attraction, consistent, persistent, and it's a persistent attraction to children. It's made very, very fucking clear. Vaush has a thing for kids. That's not fucking weird. That's not crazy.
H3 said, it was actually child pornography versus.
It technically is, okay? It technically is. It is pornography depicting children. What the fuck do you call that?
I forget that there were some other creative.
Oh, but it's not real. Okay, I don't care that it's real. Okay, it's fictional child porn. How about that?
That did say, Sean, he said that it was actual children versus what it was. And again, I would never encourage it.
No, he said, no, fucking H3 never said that. Dude, I saw that entire live stream. H3 never said it was real kids. What?
Creators that did say, Sean, like, again, like, you can, there's clearly something wrong with it. But to what, like, H3 said, it was actually child pornography versus, I forget that there were some other creators that did say, Sean, he said that it was actual children.
I don't know or give a fuck who the hell Sean is. What does this have to do with H3?
Versus what it was. And again, I would never encourage anybody to look at the pictures. But
why not? Why not? God, these fucking people are so spineless, dude. Oh my God. They literally cannot sit there and say that it's literally technically child pornography. This content, no. It literally is child pornography. No. Actually, I'm not even going to add that adjective that it's like, oh, it's fictional. It's banned in many other fucking countries. It's banned under the same rule, the same law that would ban real life child pornography, right? It's considered the same fucking thing. So I don't know what the it's so stupid. So dumb. These people fucking suck.
There's a very clear reason why it wasn't reported to any agency.
Because Vaush is in the United States and that disgusting shit is protected under the First Amendment. Moron, retard. Of course, the cops are going to see, the cops are going to look at the situation and be like, oh, okay, it's just drawings. Well, there's nothing that we could do about that. We can't prosecute him for having drawings, right? Of kids getting fucking raped by horses and being raped by grown men. Like, we can't do that if it's just drawings.
Well, I think in
Well,
America,
it's not illegal, so that
I,
must mean it's perfectly okay.
I'm in a place where that
These
material
people
is illegal.
fucking slime.
No,
which by the way makes
human
covering stuff
slime.
related to this incredibly stressful for me.
No, yeah, but I would say, to my knowledge, it's illegal in the United States.
It's not. You're fucking retarded as fuck. You're actually so stupid. To my knowledge, I never looked into it personally. I never looked into the fact that the biggest person who's basically keeping my website afloat, the guy who's responsible for basically creating this entire community that I'm able to profit off of to some extent, like, and benefit off of like connections with other larger content creators. Like he just gets busted for busting it to kids, to drawings of kids. I never bothered to look into it if that was illegal in the United States, but I just assumed that it was, and obviously it must have not have been that big of a deal. But hey, guys, don't look at the images. Don't go see for yourself. Don't go when it was trending on Twitter. Don't click on Vaush when he was trending on Twitter, and then just scroll through and then get flashbang with the with blurred images of the kids. Like don't do that, guys. Don't go trying to understand the context of what the fuck it was. Don't do that, guys. But hey, it wasn't illegal, so it must have been okay.
Like to have uncensored, yeah. So even if it's drawn, right? But again, I could be entirely wrong about that.
My understanding is that is on a state by state basis. I don't know which states.
No, I think it's straight up protected.
I wouldn't test that, but regardless,
either.
Yeah, regardless, it's
what
the drawing is of like.
It's what
like it's a porn category, like size difference, right? And again, my issue.
No, size difference. Guess what the other category was? It was fucking loli. It was tagged as loli.
Is they do look kind of young, right?
Oh, they look kind of. God, these people fucking suck, dude. These people actually are fucking miserable, fucking worthless scum. Oh
but
my god!
If we're gonna pull like the libertarian card. Maybe,
we're gonna pull the liberty. You are so disgusting.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, dude.
Like, I'm sorry, like to be pedantic, but like, there's
sorry to be pedantic. We need to be pedantic about the child pornography
file, right? That's interested in children, versus like, you're too into horses, my dude.
I fucking hate. I literally hate this person so much. I hate this person so much. Silly streamer Vaush, he's just into horses. He's just into bestiality. That's all that he's into, guys. Silly streamer. He's not into fucking kids. Guys, he wants to be the horse. Actually, no. He doesn't want to fuck the horse. He just wants to be the horse. And I understand the picture was of a horse fucking a kid, but just don't think about that. Just don't think about that. Okay? Don't have that cross your mind at all.
I feel like this is my
Your Honor, they looked kind of young.
Into conversation territories.
They looked kind of young. What does that fucking mean? Kind of young, like fucking teenagers, like very young teenagers, like at the very most 16 and at the very least like 12. What do you fucking mean, so very young?
We'll make that switch here.
We're kind of young.
I think the issue for me was sort of twofold. When people laugh about, like, excuse me, it's a pedophile, the joke is that it's like, okay, but the issue here was not that you are the worst and most extreme type of
no critical thinking. This is actually critical thinking. This person has devised an entire scheme in their head to try and make and excuse this fucking disgusting behavior. This is critical thinking. This person has thought out a schema in their fucking head of why it's actually perfectly okay that Vaush was jerking off to anime little fucking babies getting fucked by horses, right? Like,
interested individual imaginable,
and not literally babies, but they're like 12 years old. One of the drawings was of a holo live streamer or something, like the fucking VTuber girl, and that the model of that girl, I think she was like 12, right? 12 or 16, point being very fucking young. Like,
who goes after the most vulnerable of the most vulnerable
basically
of
a
children.
fucking baby.
The issue is just that you have an attraction to children and you indulge in it on some level.
Exactly, but that's the question: is does he have that attraction?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Way back. This isn't even the first fucking time. This isn't even the first fucking time. Before, when he was Irish laddie, he got exposed for having lolicon on his porn Twitter, his private porn Twitter account, and then after that, he with the whole Poppy drama, in the chat logs of him trying to be incessantly flirty with Poppy, he called her a loli and said that was hot. She has the body of a loli or whatever the fuck, and that's hot as fuck to him. That she looks like a fucking kid. And then now we have the fucking folder shit. He's fucking, yes, he's a pedophile. What the fuck else do you call that? From what I understand, they're not even a lewd streamer either. That's not entirely true because they do push their fans. I remember this being brought up because Keffels brought this up to fucking basically do a dunking fuck you on on H3 and be like, why are we attacking Vaush? Why don't we attack the VTuber? Because the VTuber was like encouraging people to draw like etchy lewd shit of their fucking of their VTuber thing. So it's like, no, like that person is disgusting. That VTuber is disgusting as fuck. Go figure. Like I swear to God, the fucking having pedophilic VTubers is a fucking dime a dozen. Makes me want to like double think about maybe I shouldn't lean too much into the VTuber shit. Maybe I should just like passively, like I'm only a passing VTuber. Okay, like I'm not like full on in the fucking community. Jesus Christ, man.
And again, like I'm somebody who's known him since
no, she showed it. No, she showed that the person was doing that. No, yeah, that was dead to rights.
2017, fam. Yeah. So like I feel like
wait, what?
You have an attraction to children and you indulge in it on some level.
Exactly, but that's the question: is does he have that attraction? And again, like I'm somebody who's known him since 2017, fam. Yeah. So like I feel like there would be anything.
You know what? I'm sure some people said the same fucking thing about Epstein. I'm sure many people said the same thing about so many fucking disgusting freaks. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about pedophiles is that you can never really truly know who is one until they get fucking caught. You can never know. Some of them are really fucking good at hiding it. Some of them are high-ranking, highly respected members of their town, highly respected members of their city, do tons of charity work, all this kind of shit, very positive person, and then they get busted trying to fuck a kid. Like, that shit happens all the fucking time. The pedophiles are skinwalkers, dude. They will blend into the fucking crowd as best as they fucking can and make it so that any accusation of them being a pedophile will be met with like, what? No, not him. That's impossible. They're manipulative at the fucking core, In order for them to do what they want to do to kids, they have to be fucking manipulative. Okay, they are manipulative at the core of their fucking being.
Because remember, Poppy's not she was the same age as he was.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. He said, "Well, you look like a kid, and that's hot." Wait, like, how do you interpret that?
So all that impropriety, if somebody were to suggest it,
and that wasn't even the like I remember someone saying, could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen anybody bothering to correct that. Is in the past when he was Irish laddie, there was a porn account that he had that contained a bit of lolicon in it. Okay,
is separate.
So it's not the fucking first time. It's not the second time. It's the third time.
From the contents of these images, that he is interested in IRL children.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I would agree to.
However, some of those images involved.
Please ask. I hope Sunday asks. Have you actually seen the images? Have you actually seen the images? I know they said they look kind of young. No. I need to know, did you actually see the fucking images, right? Because I was lucky enough to see the ones that were just kind of blurred. You could still make out what it was. Really, all it was the image was crunched. It wasn't like technically censored. It was crunched, kind of blurred, but you could tell what the fuck was being expressed. And it's awful. It's awful. It's rancid.
Characters that were very much coded as underage.
Yes.
Significantly so.
Yes.
I think that's fair to say. I think and the reason why I have no qualms whatsoever with making that leap, especially with respect to Vaush, is because he's made very similar intuitive statements about characters that are much more ambiguous and clothed, as it were.
I don't know about the ambiguity. And again, I'm not...
Keffel said. No. It's not Keffel said. She showed. She literally showed that VTuber person was actively encouraging their audience to draw lewd images of their fucking 16-year-old fucking VTuber model.
Saying that he hasn't. I'm again just totally ignorant of them. I would just say I don't really remember the images either. I should say too much. I didn't study them. It was a glance to see.
I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, okay. It was just a glance. Oh, well, doesn't look like a kid to me. Oh, so you just did a tipster. Cool.
Fuck.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was just a glance to try to, because again, as far as I knew, it was literally fucking kids. So
you assumed that they were kids? Wait, I thought they weren't.
It was a glance to see.
I'm glad
what
to hear
the
that.
fuck. Yeah, it was just a glance to try to, because again, as far as I knew, it was literally fucking kids. So.
Oh, like real life kids? You're fucking retarded as fuck. Nobody, dude, no, this is a lie. This is such a lie. Nobody. When this story was breaking, find me a single fucking person who said it was literally children. In the sense that it was real life kids. Nobody said that.
I just had to make sure that wasn't the case. So okay, it's not the case, and that's what I came away with.
It's drawn representation, some of which I think it would be. I think even he admitted this.
No, yeah, I don't disagree
after a lot of waffling, but he did admit, like, okay, yeah, that's yeah.
But I feel like that's just.
I'm not actively concerned about Vaush and real children. That's not.
You mean like how, I'm not concerned about the kid in the neighborhood who's shooting dogs and cats with his fucking BB gun. I'm sure he'll grow up to be a stand-up individual.
Really the concern for me.
He won't grow up to be a serial killer.
And I don't know if you've seen my response to all this publicly. It doesn't really matter.
Or I haven't, yeah.
That's okay. My main issue was.
Which, to be clear, I'm not saying it's 100% chance Vaush is gonna upgrade. He's gonna upgrade. He's gonna get the fucking DLC patch. The DLC fucking upgrade patch to real life kids, okay? But I don't hold it again. Don't sit there and assume that he won't. Don't fucking assume that he fucking won't ever. Do not ever make that mistake with someone who's already showed that they do have a sexual attraction to children. Don't ever.
It's incredibly irresponsible to be indulging in this. And the way he didn't take responsibility for
were categorized as all, yeah, literally
with him both directly.
Some of them were even allegedly, apparently, I don't know for sure, but I've seen it's not. I know Food Shops brought it up when she was confronting Tipster, but I heard this prior. I heard this before Food Shops ever brought it up. I forgot exactly where I heard it from. I think it was Sunday. I think Sunday was the one who said it, that one of the images was technically lost media. In the sense that you could only find that image if you were searching up loli. That is the only way you could find that image. Is that if you had to be searching for it. Right? Like that's how bad it is. To be near a farm in a school, yeah.
Politically under the bus. That was my primary issue there. I'm not actively going, okay, someone needs to investigate this guy.
I think they should.
That's
He should be put on a fucking watch list.
It's just a grossly irresponsible thing to do, and I don't like how he addressed it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's entirely, a fair take. I know.
Oh, agree to disagree.
Dude, White Nervosa learned from the master, Tipster, the master of
Agree to disagree.
There was a ton of stress on the mod team because,
so that's why we swept for Vaush, is because, it's too stressful. It's too stressful to deal with the fact that the guy who's keeping our website afloat is a pedophile. I would sink it. I would sink it and be like, you know what? It was a good long run. It was a good long run. I'm shutting fucking everything down. Everyone, fuck off. Go do your own thing. All right. Like, I would have sunk the whole fucking project.
they basically had the same opinion that. Pardon?
Oh no, please continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah. It's just basically like that.
I mean, not immediately. I would have given everyone like a month's notice, so like everyone can get their like final paychecks in, and then after that, everyone's getting cut. Everyone's getting cut. We're shutting everything down. Like. Sadly, Tipster hasn't been streaming. No, he did. He did a couple days ago. He did a couple of days. You didn't see? He went live on YouTube and covered politics. He's back to covering politics. He's back to doing segments.
Like there was not radio silence, but sort of like a sidestepping of like what was actually the issue, which was just why the fuck did you?
Mama, yeah, basically.
I mean, there was like a few issues, like how are you stumbling upon these images, of course, and then why did you save the image? But aside from that, though,
wait, they're not doing the fucking. They're not literally, dude. Oh my god, did they take notes from Tipster? What the fuck? This is literally what Tipster said. It's like, I find it weird that people are saving the images. First of all, saving the images, censoring them, and then posting them, right? So fucking morons like anybody's defending this shit can look fucking stupid and being like, no, it literally looks like kids.
Sidestepping of like what was actually the issue, which was just why the fuck
didn't Boblex put one of the images, like one of the faces of the images as his as this thing? Hold on, I should be able to do it because I'm a member. I'm just going to show the thumbnail. I'm not going to show the video, obviously. Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, well, it's kind of cut off by the horse a little bit. You can't actually see it. But, like, dude, it's fucked. It is actually fucked. It looks like a kid.
What did you... I mean, there was, a few issues. Like, how are you stumbling upon these images, of course, and then why did you save the image? But...
Wait. Hold on. Okay. I need to listen to this. What are they saying?
Sidestepping of like what was actually the issue, which was just why the fuck did you I mean, there was a few issues. Like how are you stumbling upon these images, of course.
Yeah.
How are you stumbling? How do you think? How do you think Vaush is repeatedly stumbling across images of a similar likeness that contain sexual depictions of people that look kind of young? How do you think he does that? How does that happen? How do you think that happens?
And then why did you save the image? But
why would he save the images? Guys, listen, Your Honor, my client isn't a pedophile. He just stumbled across the terabytes of child porn and just, I don't know why he saved it onto his device, but just like, I don't know why he did any of those things, but he's innocent. It's just like.
Aside from that, though,
what a stupid fucking question to ask. Like
those were the issues that needed to be, for the people, in his vicinity, more so than anybody's direct fear that he's promoting or
right. It was accidental, of course. He has directly condemned this, the embarrassment.
Well, even the condemnation of it, the consumption, yada yada. But again, I would, to my knowledge, again, he doesn't consume it as much as it's just, I guess, an image board
multiple times.
Okay. Well, it was on his computer, right? So it wasn't just an image.
Well, yeah, obviously. But the question is where, and I'm sure he's probably answered it some fucking way, but
slightly different angle, more sensitive question. So the mod team's obviously very stressed out about this. They're sidestepping the issue that it's like
no, the mod team's not sidestepping it. Vaush was sidestepping it in their perception. Yeah.
Okay. My question to you is, as someone who's paid by Vaush, and as someone who knows people who are paid by, and you don't have to answer this, but I am very curious. Was there tension around the fact that this person is also paying you while this is going down?
After I saw the images, no, not at all.
But during, let's say during, like before.
Like when I thought it was like.
Wait, what is he asking?
Was there tension around the fact that this
tension
person is also paying you?
Oh, okay.
While this is going down.
I understand what he's asking now.
After I saw the images, no, not at all.
But during, let's say during, like before.
Like when I thought it was like literally kids.
Wait, when you found out it was literally you're changing, you're flopping.
Paying you while this is going down.
What are they saying?
After I saw the images, no, not at all.
But
when I thought it was like literally kids.
Sure, yeah. But did you,
like obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but like, did you feel like there would be like a problem for you if you had a problem with this?
No, I think I would have to pull the plug.
Okay.
And again, like, I'm sure like there would be legal action taken from Vaush, but like if it was literally kids, I think I would have to pull the plug. I don't think Vaush would.
Oh, okay, guys, we draw the line at literal child porn, but as long as it's fictional, I mean, like, who really gives a fuck, right? Like, who cares?
Like
taken from.
I'm
Vaush,
so glad we have principles here.
I think you're saying like if I said to Vaush like, hey, this is really fucked up, and like even like maybe publicly said this is really fucked up.
You know, Mr. Socialist, my favorite socialist streamer. What the fuck? Okay, my favorite socialist streamer, Vaush, literally said the age of consent would be lowered in a socialist country, and that would actually be a base thing. Turns out to have a sexual predilection towards children. What a crazy coincidence.
I don't think Vaush would care.
Okay, so you're saying he wouldn't take any kind of legal action against you?
No, not. This is the vibe I've ever gotten from him. No.
Okay, the way you phrased that the first time was, I was like, oh, really? That's interesting.
Well, yeah. No, I mentioned legal action as in like if I pulled like.
Here's some empirical facts. You're a liberal cucked SJW brains, Your Honor. The images are distinguishably. Disingenuously framed by my political opponents. If you throw me in jail, you'll upload a system of oppression. Yeah, literally.
His site. There's a decent amount of money there. Now again, like I don't know if he actually would, but like again, like it's something that.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so in the event that White Forest went through the same process it would with like Rose Wrist or somebody else who like White Forest voted was dangerous.
Yeah.
Or like causing harm or at risk of causing harm. If they had voted out Vaush in a similar way, you think he would take legal action against White Forest?
It actually maybe if it was maybe a few years ago.
Why maybe a few years ago? Wait, what?
I'm just saying like it was something that there was like I guess a
he wouldn't now, but you just said you just said that he
possibility on my mind more than like if I had to weigh it.
Right.
Like 50, like I don't think the odds are he would now. Okay. Like for a variety of reasons. For one, I just don't like he makes more money off YouTube at this point in time. So like it just wouldn't like make sense for him to do that.
They framed him. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Fuck off. Section edited out due to privacy.
Oh, you might find this interesting.
Shoot.
You know my stance on the taxes folder.
No, but I presume it's the one you.
Calamity mod.
Was the one I just gave you. So it's
sure,
very negative.
And like a weapon overhaul.
I do regard the material as something that he has a moral obligation to not consume, period. But I do not equivocate between that and actual CP,
Money
which
does
an actual
corrupt
child
people.
abuse in his production.
Yeah. Because like the fact White Nervosa is saying things that literally logically do not make any fucking sense at all and don't line up with reality at all and are like constantly conflicting tells me it's like there are like the chains of capitalism are holding them back, dude. Like
moreover,
it's like they cannot sit there and actually admit
issue
this shit's
primarily is
wrong
with
and
the
disgusting.
responsibility of his handling it after the fact. People have people fall into behaviors that I have an issue with. It's that is one thing. On the other hand, there is a failure to be responsible afterwards at other people's expense. That's my principal issue with Vaush there, and I don't like how he handled that. I think it was a disingenuous treatment he gave of it afterwards, where he layered on.
It wasn't just disingenuous, it was selfish. It was completely selfish. He basically sat there and watched his community get torn to fucking shreds over his mistake. Not theirs, his mistake. He watched them burn for what he fucking did.
Other things to try and pat it out. And I wish he had tackled that head on, and I wish he hadn't attempted to obfuscate.
I'm almost glad he did. I'm almost glad he did, because if it wasn't for the fact of that, Tipster maybe would have never defended Vaush, and I probably would still be a Keffel's dick sucker. So you know what? Maybe it's a blessing. It's actually, thank you, Vaush.
The actual issue.
Yeah.
Leaving that aside, the reason why.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. You say something. I was going to tell you something, but you say something first.
No, yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. The only interjection I would make is I think retroactively, when somebody's hit, with drama, even of their own creation, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to have a lot of like different reactions to it. And Vaush actually did the same exact thing when the Poppy stuff happened, right? Started.
It's almost like he's an entitled, selfish little fucking baby and can't actually handle any sort of criticism or any sort of accountability for his shitty fucking actions.
First it was denial's the wrong word, but it was sort of like just like,
no, it's denial. It's like saying, hey, you know what? I did the thing that I did, and I'm not sorry about it. Fuck you. Like,
nothing really wrong happened here. Yada yada yada. So it's sort of like the play of that again, and of course
it's kind of denial. It's kind of denial.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think it was.
It's basically saying what I did was kind of wrong, but I'm not going to apologize to you. Fuck you. Like, okay.
I think that's sort of like the byproduct. I don't think that's the intent. You know what I mean? Okay. But again, I may be just being too charitable. That's entirely, a fair reading of.
Maybe I think he'd said stuff on stream.
Because honestly, it's literally because of the fact that it's like it involves kids and shit. Is like that's just like I draw the line at that immediately. I'm not making any excuses for shit like that. And watching everyone around me defend it, I was like losing my fucking mind. I'm like, was I just like friendly with a bunch of psychotic people for like an entire fucking year, and I just didn't realize it? Like, what is happening? Oh my god!
This Poppy person, what did he say? Didn't deserve human rights. I could be misremembering.
Didn't deserve was below moral consideration.
Nasty stuff about this person afterwards.
I remember it specifically because it was so fucking hilarious to hear a leftist say this, that the person he sexually harassed was beneath moral consideration. Like
the general impression was not of like a contrite individual. At least from my end.
Better late than never.
Well, that one's more complicated than this new one. I mean, the only thing I would add to the first one is Poppy said some things himself that he was necessarily responding to that is mostly lost to time, because again, like I'm not archiving what Poppy said, because.
No, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not archiving the thing that makes my boss look bad.
There's more going on, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it was more of a public exchange that was still going, at least at that very time. I can't speak if he's.
I'm not going to archive the thing that makes the guy who's paying me money look bad.
Like literally, like a half decade. But
I have two last things I want to bring up with you. One is a question. One is just an observation. I'm curious what you think about it.
Sure.
The first concerns the recent. Obviously, Tyler doxed Demon Mama. It was
the Demon Mama. Thank you.
Stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
It was clearly done. I actually don't know why.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear the sweeping for this. Please.
Why it was done. I actually cannot think of a positive benefit of doxing Demon Mama's name to anybody, even people hostile to her, frankly, because like, what are you supposed to do with this information unless you're planning to physically harm the person?
Yeah.
But leaving that aside.
What do you mean? No, report them to like their local law enforcement, right? Because if you call up, like, I'm pretty sure Demon Mama lives in Washington, right? Because that's where Zan moved. Where did Zan move? Because Zan said he moved to Seattle. He moved to Seattle to be more closer to Vaush and Demon Mama. So they both live there. If you call up if you call up the Seattle PD and you be like, hey, you know, I want to make a report on a potential criminal, and they're like, oh, what's their name? Oh, they go by Demon Mama online. They're not gonna know what the fuck to do with that, right? So obviously, like, having their real name out there, like, serves the purpose of, like, this is the person who needs to be reported to the fucking local law enforcement, because they potentially might be involved in, like, multiple fucking instances of child grooming online.
The Glooby conversation with Fawn, and the fact that this kind of interaction was
also, they're a pedo. I
at the
don't
very
give
least
a
allowed
shit if
to
they got
go
doxed,
on
honestly,
for a
maliciously. I don't
significant
give a
length of
fuck.
time. What is the general impression of White Forest concerning that, vis-a-vis harm or potential harm? Because you said earlier that the removal is that there's a perception that a member is either causing harm or is potentially going to cause harm. How does White
a
Forest
minor while
respond
listening to Vaush.
to
Yeah,
that?
true.
Just for absolute clarity, again, the
I yearn
Fawn
for the
case
mines.
was an adult Fawn exchanging
Playing Minecraft.
lewd images, drawn images, to be clear, with someone who was a minor at the time and under Demon Mama's employ.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. No. There was a part of the interview where Glooby literally says that Demon Mama has talked sexually, not necessarily towards Glooby, but she was talking about her kinks and her sexual escapades to Glooby. Like, she wasn't necessarily making advances towards Glooby, but she was okay with, like, being sexually explicit around him while he was like 13 to 16 years old. Like, that's insane. That's crazy. She's most definitely a groomer. You know, I don't think there's too much evidence to say that she seeks out kids. So maybe she's not literally a pedophile. Okay. But the fact that she's okay with doing that around kids, you are a groomer. You're a groomer. Like,
I can only speak to me. I can't speak for White Forest. So just
you are taking part in the process of normalizing sexual topics around kids, which makes them more vulnerable to being sexually exploited. You are a groomer. Like,
just my take on this would have been I'm curious of a few things, and I don't know if it's purposeful by Tyler, as in, like, he knows the answers and he's just not sharing it, or if he just sincerely doesn't care to find the answers to them. I wouldn't know what Demon Mama knew, because that was never shown, right? It was like Glooby said it, but again, like, I mean, I'm not trying to victim blame here, but you can't just go by what Glooby says, right? Like,
I would not sustain an accusation.
oh yeah, no, don't just take his word for it. Look at the screenshots that were provided in the fucking video.
Against somebody else on the basis of word of mouth alone. But I will say this. It is the case, and we do have screenshots of this, that certainly Fawn, who was affiliated with Demon Mama while Glooby was working for Demon Mama, did exchange pornographic images with Glooby during that time while Glooby was a minor. So this did take place. At the very least,
sure,
this was able to happen. And in addition to this, Demon Mama appears to have been very aware of the kinds of material that Fawn was into and didn't take steps to insulate.
Well, not just that. No. It's like, it's not that she just didn't take steps. She literally, because it's not enough to say that she didn't take steps, because that sounds like she was, like, ignorant to the fact, or might have been ignorant to the fact, or whatever the fuck. I mean, well, he kind of didn't he? Wait, hold on. I think he literally just said
this was able to happen. And in addition to this, Demon Mama appears to have been very aware of the kinds of material that Fawn was into and didn't take steps to insulate minors from her community from that kind of thing.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
it's just complete, utterly fucking disgusting.
It's a tricky question. I'm sorry to.
Well, no, yeah, you're totally fine. It's something that's certainly complicated. It is just, I guess it's like, how many.
What is complicated about not thinking it's okay to have minors in a? Okay.
People knew what was exactly going on? Because again, like, I would question: is Fawn interest just sexual content? And
oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh, just as long as it's not drawings. Oh my god, if they're just jerking off to children, and why would they ever upgrade to real life kids? When the fuck has that ever happened? When has it ever happened that someone who has a sexual interest in children ends up offending against real life kids? Like, this never happened in the history of humankind ever.
Is it because apparently
What an insane leap of logic. You mean to tell me someone who jerks off to drawn images and draws images of children getting fucked and children in sexually precarious situations, you know, may or may not have upgraded to offending against real life kids? What? That's crazy.
Can I ask can I clarify maybe purify the question
Absolutely.
a little bit? Okay. In the event that the worst case scenario was true, in which Demon Mama knew Glooby's age, this was confirmed. Fawn knew Glooby's age, this was confirmed. Fawn was having the interactions with Glooby that we have recorded, where she's exchanging drawn pornographic images with Glooby, who was a minor at the time, and Demon Mama was aware of this. Would that constitute harm, in your judgment? I mean, obviously you can speak for yourself, but in the eyes of White Forest as an entity.
Yeah, it's speaking for myself, it's context dependent.
No. He said speaking as White Forest.
Because again, if it's strictly as you just described it, I would say yes.
Okay.
But
well, that's why I'm saying it's a purified case. Like, let's assume
yes,
there are no ambiguities.
If it's just if it's exactly how you described it, then yes, 100%. Because again, like my questions are because again, Glooby was drawing things that were sexually explicit as well.
Oh, victim blaming. Let's go. Yes, we're leftist. We are leftist, dude. This is what it means to be a leftist. It means to fucking victim blame the child.
And sending them the other way.
Sure, but Glooby was also a minor.
No, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But in a
What the fuck was the point of bringing that up, retard?
In a community, like I don't know the app.
Yeah, in a community that Demon Mama plucked this kid out of Overwatch and plopped him into a fucking sexual community. How does that not sound fucking insane to you?
That they were using? That supposedly gets wild?
Draw pile or something?
Yeah, draw pile. So apparently, yeah, like you can draw together with other people. So it's like a situation where this is basically a public chat room.
Right.
And
No, we do have Demon Mama acknowledging that they were.
Oh my god, the Epstein Defense Force is here to defend Demon Mama. Let's go.
It'd be hard not to construe it as sexual. That would.
No, you're entirely right. But to my recollection,
yeah,
I don't even think Demon Mama necessarily saw it. To my recollection, Glooby said that
she acknowledged it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. She acknowledged that this happened. The draw pile thing.
That's why they drew. And then Demon Mama responded. Like,
acknowledging
said that I drew a butthole, and then the Demon Mama said, well, it's a good way to learn anatomy.
That's what I understand. So,
yeah.
We've started from the pure one, in which case you would say it was.
Yeah, don't you think an adult should be like, maybe don't do that in a group chat of a bunch of strangers who are mostly adults? That's probably weird. Don't do that.
It's a harm. Let's downgrade a little bit, just so I have the clearest understanding of like what the metric is here. So, under the conditions, which is going to reiterate the first one, under the conditions in which Demon Mama knows about the interactions between Fawn and Glooby, knows Glooby's age, knows of these, allows them to continue, etc., harm. You would, as far as you are concerned personally, you would take her off for that.
If it's if it's the purest situation.
If it's
the situation that he just gave. Are you fucking listening?
As I described, the interactions that we saw between Fawn and Glooby took place. Glooby's age was known to Fawn and Demon Mama. The interaction was known to Fawn and Demon Mama Mama allowed it to happen.
And presuming again, like that they're.
Oh my god, this person is such a fucking rodent. They're such a little worm. Oh my god.
They're really.
Answer the fucking question.
Like, they're not
the ones from
because I guess
the ones from the Discord.
Oh my god, these.
Screenshot. Forget the draw pile.
No, sure, but I guess like another issue is like their age, because.
Glooby would have.
Just to interject, like
14, 15, right? Like young.
But to my knowledge, that the messages weren't exchanged when they were 13, 14, 15. And I'm not trying to pull a sneako. I'm trying to say is the.
What?
It's just to interject, like,
14, 15, right? Like, young.
But to my knowledge, that the messages weren't exchanged when they were 13, 14, 15. And I'm not trying to pull a sneako. I'm trying to say, is the person 17?
No, they said they were 16. Fawn was 21, and Demon Mama was 28.
When,
or I think she was 30.
This material was exchanged.
I have
no idea their age.
I believe.
Point being, he was a minor. Who cares?
They were.
Who cares?
In the range of 15.
Why are we being... No. Oh my God. No, this person has actually pivoted. Oh my God. They took this question that literally godlike question to ask for someone in White Nervosa's position. And this fucking piece of shit literally takes it and pivots it to be like, well, did we really know exactly how old they are? And now we're talking about something that doesn't fucking matter because Glooby was a fucking kid. Why the fuck does it matter?
But let's just say.
Oh, yeah, no. If they were 15, then yes.
Let's just say legally. Let's just say legally underage. If I put it that way, let's just say legally underage.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would generally say yeah.
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 I mean, that would probably fall afoul of like the breaking local or federal law thing. But like leaving that aside.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, and apparently she knew that. To according to Tyler's video, that they ceased contact. Or I'm sorry, according to Glooby and Tyler's video, is Demon Mama ceased talking about that stuff when she moved. So
no, she ceased. No. The dynamic, the sexual dynamic between Demon Mama, Glooby, and Fawn and all everyone in that fucking group didn't change at all. Demon Mama, it literally, there's a message of Demon Mama being like, or Glooby first said like, hey, I'm 18 now, so you don't have to worry about the NSFW shit now anymore, la ha ha. And then Demon Mama's like, yeah, I'm glad. Like, it still continued. Like, it didn't change.
Right. Okay. Now, well, yeah, this was by word of mouth, is my understanding. There wasn't like we didn't have a textual basis for this. We had like, there was a discussion where it's like, we gotta stop this now because we're okay. Now, in the event that Demon Mama knew about the age of Glooby, Fawn knew about the age of Glooby, Demon Mama was aware of Fawn's engagement in like drawn depictions of underage characters.
Defended it too. Defended
and her
it.
interest
Defended
in
it.
Its interest. I don't actually. It's.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Right? Okay.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. I'll just say Fawn in the first place. Don't mess it up.
Sure.
So, Fawn's interest and engagement on Twitter in art depictions of underage characters in sexual contexts.
Wait. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that last part?
Fawn's interest on Twitter.
In underage?
In underage characters in sexual context.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know about that.
You watched the fucking video. How are you referencing things that happened in the video and then you didn't know that Fawn was open? That was at the fucking beginning. That was at the very, very fucking start of the entire... What the fuck?
I didn't either until relatively recently. I knew about it from 2015 after the Cope and Seeds video, but I was under the impression that Fawn was out of the picture. But apparently,
I thought Fawn was just interested. Yeah, I just thought Fawn drew like horse ass or something.
Wait, what?
That was my.
What? They were open?
It's a little. Okay. It's a little bit. It is not just.
What?
Okay,
That's me being shocked.
Whoa,
whoa! Can I take back my? Hold on. Can I just walk back everything that I just said? For a second, hold on. I really need to look into this now.
Yeah, and if you, because I don't know what the fuck was sent to the.
No, I understand. Okay, so just to be clear, so we're gonna recondition the pure case where you're.
Okay, sorry.
Oh my god, this person sucks.
Like, look, given the context, but what we're specifying here is like, this person wasn't just sharing horse images. This person, as far as I'm aware, they were horse images, but this person was sharing horse images while also on Twitter.
Openly talking about
expressing their appreciation.
It's not even like 16-year-old show. It's like babies, dude. It's like little baby animals and shit. Like
Appreciation for drawn depictions of underage children.
and they're talking about baby dick and shit. Like, up, it's disgusting.
No, yeah.
That'd be a hard no for you.
Now she doesn't, but she knows.
Yeah, but again, that's
dementia. Ooh, dementia. Early onset dementia moment.
For me, yeah, that'd be hard.
Just for you, okay.
Easily. Yeah.
I don't think White Forest would be particularly angry with you if you just said, yes, you're speaking for White Forest, by the way, in this case. I think you might be doing them a favor. But I'm not, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I don't disagree with you, but yeah,
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. That's what we're working with here.
Yeah, I didn't know the
it's bad.
Maybe that part escaped me. Because when
we didn't know, guys.
When the Cope and Soothe video came out, the bulk of it was concerned with those a feeder, they have deer gender stuff going on. Aren't these people weird freaks? That was the general thrust of the video, and then they led with Fawn having tweets. The problem with leading with Fawn having tweets in that context, without elaborating to the relationship, is like polycules operate in very different ways, and a lot of polycules are there's people who live in this house, people who live in this house, and they don't interact with each other. But at one point or other, these people had a relationship from one house and another one, and so there's a continuity between. What I was not aware of was that Fawn was in this house engaging with the same people, and that this was all actively going on now. My understanding was this was a person who had engaged in this stuff on Twitter as a minor, and then was not even
still continued to do
involved at this point. So when I learned, is like, oh, this is up to 2019. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess the only complication is like, and again, like that situation where I'm easily going to say, yeah, that's harmful.
Okay.
But
I don't believe you. I think you're just like all these other fucking freak ass fucking leftoids that want to sit there and be like,
It's just drawings. Who cares?
I feel like they want to say that so badly, but they know how fucking bad it looks.
It's tough for me to say that
there's no principle. There's no principle.
Where's the line that should be drawn, right? If you're in a relationship with somebody,
where's the line?
That
don't date someone who gets off to sexually exploiting minors. How about that? Boom, easy. Oh my God, what a crazy fucking principle.
And you have a public platform. And the person you're in a relationship with, like, I don't know, you fucking OJ kills.
Especially as someone who is apparently a social justice advocate, a very, very socially entwined person who comments on politics, generally leftist, progressive, protecting innocent people, protecting minorities and stuff like that. Especially as someone is like who has that position, you shouldn't be okay with sexually exploiting minors at all, even in fictional context. That kind of behavior should not be encouraged. If you want to sit there and say people shouldn't be allowed to say the hard R at all because of what that word represents and how harmful it is and all that kind of shit. If you're gonna take that fucking stance and be like this kind of stuff encourages racism, and I would argue to an extent it kind of does. If you're going around saying the hard R and shit like that, you kind of are encouraging it, even if you're not intending to be racist. You're just being an edgy fucking retarded person. You are encouraging racist shit to happen. If you're gonna take that stance, then how does that not extend to if you're consuming child pornography, fictional child pornography, how does that not extend to encouraging real life harm? How does that not do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Somebody and you're their spouse, right?
Well, if you're OJ's spouse, you're kind of.
And I would say this, because the whole violent video game shit gets brought up constantly. I would say this: if you play violent video games and if you're a violent person, you should stop. You should stop playing violent video games. That's not good. Okay? Violent people shouldn't be playing violent video games. Okay? Violence in itself is often used as a form of entertainment because it adds drama to a story, all that kind of shit. I've already explained this take multiple times already, but all violence does is just it adds drama to a story, adds flavor, it adds tension to a story. And people derive enjoyment from that fact specifically. you know, it gives an edge to a story and shit like that. If you enjoy violent because it gets you off and you find pleasure in hurting things and derive enjoyment from hurting people, and you're playing violent video games, you should fucking stop. That is dangerous. So naturally that extends to what is something like Lolicon? What is that made for? What kind of content is that made for? It's made for fucking pedophiles, right? It's made for people who have sexual attraction to children. It's made for people who shouldn't be indulging in that kind of fantasy. Instead, they should be addressing that in therapy and trying to help and fix that before they fucking run off and hurt a real fucking kid. Instead of making excuses and being like, it's just a drawing. Who cares? Like, it's so stupid.
Off the hook, right?
You're their other spouse, right? Yeah. And well, I mean, he didn't do it though, but if he did do it, then how liable are you for sticking up for them, right? Or I guess not even sticking up for, but just remaining with them. You know what I mean?
Can I give you my answer?
Sure.
So for me,
it depends.
If Fawn was doing this stuff and Demon Mama hadn't had a clue.
Well, no, wait, why are we even, hold on. Why are we even arguing? Demon Mama knew. Not only did Demon Mama know that Fawn was into that shit, she defended it. So we're at the point where it doesn't fucking matter.
And Fawn was interacting with Glooby and hadn't had a clue.
We're just
and
obfuscating
Demon Mama was
again.
taking pains to make sure, given that she was employing a minor and there were minors in her server, to make sure, hey, we're doing art stuff here. There's a lot of people here who have an appreciation for sexual art of various kinds. This is not the kind of thing. I think this has been her policy since I've been engaged with her platform. We're sex positive, but we do not allow depictions of this stuff on the server. It can be, we can't carefully curate with,
because it's Discord TOS, to be clear, because it's against Discord TOS. That's why they don't fucking allow
which
it.
eyes come across it if it's there. So we just keep this off of here. If she
would you really think they would be against that? Would you really think they would be against that if it wasn't against Discord TOS?
He's unaware of what Fawn is doing and is unaware of what Fawn is into, so she has no reason to be like concerned about either Fawn engaging in stuff she's into with people in her server, or the optics of having someone like that able to, even if for whatever reason she doesn't, like just the endangerment to her team, or the people she associates with. Then I would go like, damn, you really didn't know.
Sunday or Demon Mama? I'm talking about Demon Mama specifically. Like that kind of content is banned because it's against Discord TOS. I don't think Sunday knows that.
Know about that? You weren't. I'm kind of astonished that you've managed to be this aloof to someone you're this involved with, but okay, so now what are you going to do about it? I'd be interested to see the response. Are you going to like clean house, put up restrictions? I think under those circumstances there'd actually be like a just expectation of like cutting the person off because they're engaging in this stuff with like minors and whatnot. It's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, literally she said she already knows and she doesn't care.
But that's like how I would view it if she wasn't aware. If she was aware, I think she would have.
It's not if she 1000% was. How do you not only date someone but live with them and not know the shit they're fucking tweeting out? What? How does that happen? I mean, Fawn was so open about this. She was willing to share that disgusting shit with anybody. Oh, except for their partner? Yeah, fucking right.
An immediate responsibility to insulate, first of all, her community from minors, but secondly, minors in her community from Fawn or from anybody who's engaging in that kind of material. And judging from what Glooby said, and I'm inclined to believe Glooby, it looks like Demon Mama was aware, and it looks like
encouraged.
And I know Demon Mama was aware of what Fawn was doing besides, even if Fawn wasn't aware of the specific interactions. There was enough of a basis for making sure such interactions never take place in advance that she didn't take.
Sure. And I guess like my only concern would be,
Yeah.
do we know behind the scenes what steps were being taken, right? Because if they are in a relationship where they live in the
We do. It was none.
same house, then that is out in the air.
We already know it was none. It was nothing.
No?
Well, I think under those circumstances, she has to take the hit, and even if it's at a disadvantage to her business or hurts her brand or whatever, like she has to do what she has to do to make sure there are no minors in her server.
Yep.
Oh no, I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm just saying her culpability. For
Oh,
the
okay.
actions
Then
of Fawn.
hold her accountable.
Like the direct culpability.
Well,
like obviously,
the
like
problem is that like she's the one who facilitated the medium in which the minor in question met Fawn.
Well, it's not even she facilitated it. Like I mean, she literally did facilitate that, but I think more can be said about it. She knew, she literally saw the bad thing happening. She saw Fawn posting pornography and being sexual to Glooby, who was 13 to 16-year-old at the fucking time, and did fucking nothing about it. It wasn't just she facilitated it. She saw it happen and did nothing.
well, sure, but I mean, to that extent, like Discord's responsible.
Wait, to what? What did they just say?
Well, sure, but I mean, to that extent, like Discord's responsible.
Diswood's responsible.
Well, I think to the extent that she was aware of any of these steps, right? Like at any point, if she was aware of what Fawn was up to.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with you. Where my issue is, I'm really scared I'm really scared to say what she was aware of.
Metaphorical white man,
Like being aware that she's talking, or Fawn and Glooby are talking, is one thing.
Yes.
Being aware about what is something.
She was literally in a call with them, according to Glooby. She was literally in a call with them, with Glooby, herself, and Fawn, where Fawn was showing off dildos to Glooby, who was a child.
Totally different that I don't think was touched on.
I mean,
How do you? Did they even watch the interview, dude? Like, how are you playing stupid? It sounds like they didn't. It sounds like they didn't watch the video. But then I remember earlier they made references to specific things that were in the video. So, what the fuck is happening here?
you mean the stuff?
Yeah, being like sexually explicit at all. Yeah, well, especially in fucking Twitter shit.
I think it would be extraordinarily unlikely for Demon Mama to not have been aware of that, but I'll hear you out. So let's say she wasn't. She has not said so. She has not actually gone out of her way to say, "Oh, this is news to me. I don't know how on earth that this managed to like fly under my radar, but this is horrifying. I'm going to deal with this now." She has not done that.
Well, I mean, what was her statement on the matter? Or
Nothing.
Did she not have one?
She
Nothing.
hasn't made one.
Yeah. What do you think about that, huh?
Okay. Being real, like it's Tyler's fault. Like
No. Dude, did you see that? Did you just see that? There was a perfect setup to be like, okay, yeah, this is Demon Mama needs to address this. But instead of doing that, whoop, oh, topic change, whoop, whoop, switch it up, topic change. Let's talk about Tyler now. Like, no, hold on. What do you think about Demon Mama?
he killed this entire situation.
Well, that's my issue with Tyler, because as a consequence of what Tyler's done, everybody's on lockdown, so we won't learn more. And it's like, there was a thing here. Like, Glooby's testimony was a very strong basis for investigating this carefully and seriously. And what he's done is he's made it so that if there was more here that could be confirmed, or if there was more that Glooby doesn't even know about, that's all being locked down. And
Bro.
especially
Oh my
like
God.
he said he reported them to someone. If there was something to report, now he's given them the tip against any actual investigation, which I don't know if that's the kind of thing they even will bother with, like to begin with. So it's this is Tyler's fault, not the situation. The
And
situation.
you know what's the crazy part too? White Nervosa has the ability to force Demon Mama to respond. They have the ability right now to force them to respond, right? To force them to give their fucking to give a response to this shit, right? And it's not even illegal, or it's not even immoral to do so. Any boss, if you're caught in a predicament at work, let's say with another coworker, or let's say with like a Patreon or whatever the fuck, and you get into like a scuffle or something like that, you're required to come in and make a statement, okay? So that your boss knows how to handle the situation. So, because White Nervosa is basically employing Demon Mama, is essentially, you know, allowing Demon Mama to use their services and stuff like that. Well, hold on. Since you're kind of being employed by us in some way, shape, or form, we talked about they talked about a contractual, a semi-contractual agreement earlier. So, since we kind of have that relationship, I think you need to make a response, or we're dropping your fucking website. I genuinely think that should happen.
No, yeah.
Fawn's fault,
for killing.
But as he's completely sabotaged any possibility of action.
Yeah, like knowing if theoretically, like
what did Tyler do? Tyler basically doxed Demon Mama's I guess their name, not their address, but like, name doxed them and shit like that, which I don't even necessarily care about, but Tyler did that, and also was being a complete fucking spurg about everything, and it's just like generally fumbled the case. Yeah.
Deep.
He had that one bombshell, but he had like no plan. He had no plan at all. Submissive boss ever because she doesn't act. No, she does. She does act. She threatened to basically deplatform Xanderhall during the Keffel sting. So it's not like White Nervosa isn't willing to get in the dirt, get in the mud when their paycheck is on the line, when their shit's getting rocked, and they have to handle a fucking situation. They'll fucking do it. They will sit there and threaten Xan to take down their fucking shit if they dropped the logs on Keffels admitting to scamming people. Interesting. Isn't that so fucking interesting? That they're willing to act in that situation, but not here. Or not during Vaush, or not during any other fucking situation.
Yeah, like that's fucking sealed off now.
One thing you might find kind of amusing. This is another issue I had with Tyler's coverage.
I hate that we've completely pivoted to Tyler now, and we're not focusing on how do we hold Demon Mama accountable.
He tried to loop it into the Vaush taxes folder thing. He tried to loop it into like a whole bunch of other like unrelated stuff. Vaush, whatever else can be said. I have issues with Vaush.
Kind of unrelated.
A lot of people.
It's kind of unrelated, but the only relation between the Demon Mama shit and Vaush shit is the response was exactly the same. Everyone's defending it. Everyone's sweeping for it. Everyone's being like, "What? I didn't know. What? To my knowledge, it wasn't even kids. They just looked kind of young. Blah 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 blah." It's the same fucking shit we're seeing right now with Demon Mama. Same fucking shit with Vaush.
I've got issues with Xanderhall. I've got issues with Demon Mama even besides this.
Yeah.
This is like the kicker, but like I've got issues with Demon Mama besides this. He has nothing to do with this. There is no connection that I can see, and no connection that's been drawn. He's just like, look, this is what these people are like.
The connection is the hive mind that is White Forest, and they all fucking protect each other. They're like a pack of fucking lions.
I'm going to investigate these other ones that are sort of similar.
IRL friend of Vaush, yep.
What I thought you might find kind of interesting is that, I don't know if you're familiar with a streamer called Ico Rules.
Oh.
I'm familiar with them.
She was digging through, as she's known for like getting very high and spending a very long time A-logging people online. She's lovely, but leaving that aside. She watched a bunch of Tyler videos. And what's curious is that despite him using the taxes folder stuff to try to loop in what happened with Glooby to Vaush,
Vaush
it looks like he was defending the taxes folder stuff.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Because I know Tyler defended Keffels and the scamming shit. I know he defended that, so this kind of isn't
To
shocking.
try to loop in what happened with Glooby to Vaush. It looks like he was defending the taxes folder stuff months before.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Ooh, yes indeed. So it's like, oh.
I mean, White Nervosa is saying ooh when literally like 20 plus minutes ago they were defending it, but okay.
Oh, you really don't believe in any of this, do you?
Damn.
Yeah. I thought you would enjoy that.
I do, because yeah, what a kill shot. And that's what's sad, honestly, because like again, like I can't defend this situation. I don't,
Yeah.
but it's like
You did, but you did. You said they look kind of young. I don't see any problem with it.
but I mean, not that I necessarily have to, but like yeah, like obviously as a public figure, you know. But
Well,
at the same time, like if the hole goes deeper though,
yeah.
like as it is, I don't know. Like I just, and I feel like
Can I say though, just very quickly?
Sure.
Okay. And I appreciate how candid you've been with me in this conversation.
Candid. I don't know about
I
candid.
think it would be wise to float the possibility of a more proactive stance on this one,
What the
because
fuck is that?
you are also, like Demon Mama, facilitating a platform where these connections are made. Fawn has appeared on that platform in Demon Mama's house, etc., etc. There's, at least in my judgment, I would encourage you to look
Pivoting
into it
Sundays
yourself
list
as well.
like for Tyler. Yep. That happened like 5 minutes ago. Like right when Sunday literally like was basically saying like, so we acknowledge everything about Demon Mama. So what do you think about, you know, potentially doing this to, you know, potentially trying to hold her accountable? And then completely pivot to Tyler. It's like, oh my god.
To the extent that you can
suck.
anymore. Thank you, Tyler.
You actually suck.
Yeah.
I would look through it yourself, and I would seriously consider whether or not there has been or currently is like a danger there, and insofar as it's going through your platform, like there is that extra degree of connection, that one less degree of connection rather, of disconnect. Jesus, I can't even speak. That one less degree of distance. And there would be others. I would sincerely encourage you to look into that and possibly consider making a decision on those grounds. Certainly try to get more clarity on what the hell is going on, because like it's this was a bad one. This was a really bad one.
Yeah. And yeah, I feel like to a certain extent, you know, I can do, you know, I can ask questions, but of course they're going to be like, you know, the most charitable answers. But I mean, I guess like they're still worth asking.
Well, that's all I got. Anything else you wanna say before we wrap this up? I'm late for my stream, but
Oh yeah, sorry for keeping you. I appreciate the conversation.
This has been extremely helpful.
I mean, lefties will rather throw dirt on each other than focus on the problem as a stereotype for a reason.
Well, I'm not in a rush. I just wanted to, like, I'm done, so I'm not going to waffle on and on about this.
Yeah,
I just wanna know
gotcha.
if there's anything you think's worth bringing up before we close out.
Nope.
No, I would just say that, you know, yeah, I didn't know too much about the Vaughn situation.
Didn't know too much about it, but we watched kind of sort of a portion, not even the start or the end of the Tyler video. Like we watched somewhere at some point of Tyler's video, but everything else we kind of just blotted out.
Own situation. So I guess pounced on an answer too early and then start there.
Can I ask you to do something for me?
Sure.
Can you make sure that other people who are involved with you and Vaush, including Vaush himself and White Forest, do know about that? Because I would like to see what the response is.
To my knowledge, Vaush is trying to stay away from adjacent creators, for lack of a better word.
Oh,
Because
he's
remember
still
White
doing
Forest
this
does
stupid ass fortress arc. Vaush, it didn't work in the past, and it's not gonna work now. Dumb fuck.
operate independently of Vaush.
God, these people
Right.
suck. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Schrodinger's knowledge, yeah.
again, like I haven't asked him about it. I haven't said anything to him about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to presume that's his stance. But I can't ask him and get back to you.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because if Vaush is paying you and other people were.
Well, it's like it's so crazy. It's so crazy to me that Vaush doesn't want to get involved. He's like I just want to avoid other creators, but I'm going to pay and stabilize this entire community of a bunch of creators. Like, okay, like, but you don't care about, you know, potentially one of your people. I mean, you yourself are a pedophile, but like, you don't care that like someone else is like, you know, taking damage and ruining the community because they refuse to respond and acknowledge some serious accusations. You don't care to you know, put your 2 cents in that, considering you're the only reason that this whole thing is staying afloat to begin with. Like, what?
Working with White Forest, and White Forest is then providing a service.
Yeah.
Free to these streamers, then it's like, okay.
No, yeah, and I mean, for his community, we do actually take a really proactive approach on that.
Yeah.
But obviously, for other people's discords,
well, all I'm saying is like I would suggest to the extent possible.
But it's riddled with termites. Yeah.
Encourage your fellow White Forest peeps to take an interest in this, because I think this is one of those things.
Haha, will do, and they never did.
That actually demands some attention.
No, yeah. As far as yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
Have a good stream.
thank you.
Haha.
Yeah, no,
Agree to
I will not
disagree.
have a stream.
Haha,
Yeah. Have a good stream. Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you for the conversation and the insights. I really appreciate it.
Jesus fucking Christ! What an awful. What a, just like God. That interview was so fucking frustrating. You know, and I mean, this just really goes to show that even Sunday himself is vulnerable to like being manipulated and shit like that. Like this entire interview was so disgustingly fucking manipulative, and it's just like, oh my God, this person actually is so much worse than I ever thought they were. Holy shit.